Hi everyone, this is Anna, the Pinterest Pro, with her driving on down the Pinterest Highway. You may have noticed that the title tonight was Mystery Date. Well, that's because I didn't do a blog this week. The tax man cometh and that kind of got me behind on everything. What I decided that I would talk about tonight is, in this week and the other ones, is the new Pinterest ads which they've come out with. And to give you an idea of, Google has really dominated this search ad business, and it's a $37 billion market. So you can see why a company like Pinterest, and Amazon is another one, would like to get in on the action, so to speak, because no one else has really very effectively competed with Google when we're talking about search ads and that type of marketing. And of course, it's a large part of Google's budget, and some of it's become, very expensive for people. So Pinterest, the thing that they, like to say is that theirs is not quite as expensive. Now, the reason for that goes back to my economics background, supply and demand, because right now there are not as many people buying the search ads with Pinterest, therefore the price is not as high, you see? But as that demand increases, it will go up. So as I always say to people, it's a good idea to get in before it gets flooded, the market gets flooded, and use these search ads with Pinterest. And what they do is if, say, you're searching on Pinterest for living room furniture ideas, okay, then it will show you items that you could possibly purchase that would be for your living room. Kind of like Amazon, how they do, if you search for a backpack, then it'll show you other type of camping gear. These are things people also might like to buy. And whenever I saw Amazon begin doing that, I thought, aha, they're looking a little bit like Pinterest these days. And that's really what it's all about, is to get those business owners to pay for, the search ads. And so that's what they're wanting people to do. And like I said, right now, Google is dominating that market. And the way that it can benefit you, of course, it gets you in front of more people, just like the Google ads, at a much lower price. So it's something to stop and think about while they're still on the entry level, and before it becomes, something that everybody thinks that they should do. The great part about Pinterest is that they do product display ads. So, we're visual people. And so they will actually feature the product image, which is very good. And it will relate to what people have been searching for in their search bar. I got tickled this morning because here my husband had been searching for external hard drives. I need one because my computer is way too full. And so as a result, because we have a network system here at my home and office, but because he had searched for those items, all of a sudden I'm getting these ads for these external hard drives. And I thought, now I know that when he's searching for certain things and I see these ads, I'll know those are some things he's been looking at lately. So that's how it can be inaccurate unless it's more specific. And that's the good part about Pinterest, is that they are more specific with showing the products and whenever they're using these ads. And Google still has the market, and it will for a while, but it takes a while, to get your foot in the door in any market. I think any of you that are solopreneurs definitely know that. But Pinterest has been gaining a lot of traction, and I think that a lot of people are looking for an alternative to the Google ads. And so that's why companies are already taking a look at this and getting on the platform to do these search ads. Also, Pinterest has got come up with some partnerships that I'll tell you about tomorrow, and which could be very beneficial. So make sure you tune in tomorrow at 1 o'clock, and we will be here to tell you about those platforms that they are partnering with. Also, don't forget to sign up for my newsletter, because the newsletter does keep you up to date with the latest happenings as far as Pinterest is concerned. This is Anna, the Pinterest Marketing Pro, and I appreciate you being here tonight as we drive on down the Pinterest Superhighway. Hello there, it's Anna again with Going Down the Pinterest Superhighway. Yesterday, if you'll remember, last night I talked about the new Pinterest search ads. They just came out with these at the beginning of February this year. So they've been out a little bit more than a month. And these are search ads like on Google. You know how on Google, if you search for a pair of pants, then you see all these ads for these pants, you know, in your sidebars and so forth. And Pinterest is trying to do this without being real invasive with it. They put suggestions into your feeds and that sort of thing. And if you're wanting to, someone posted and asked me, you know, how do I find out more about this? What you need to do is to go to Pinterest Business, and it will have information there. And what I will do is I will put the specific URL for you here on my Facebook page, and then that way you'll have the URL that you can go there and you can read more about it and get information on exactly how to go about using these. Because like I said yesterday, the Pinterest search ads are not as expensive as the Google search ads, so get in on while they're cheap, so to speak. Also, Pinterest, in doing this, is partnering with a company called Kinshu. I may have said that wrong. Well, Kinshu, and Kinshu is an expert in digital advertising, and they've worked with a lot of major companies, and they have partnered with them to make sure that they know what they're doing and that they do it effectively, and people get a good return on their money. So as usual, Pinterest is trying to have a quality product and for the consumers to use. And think about it, up until this point, Pinterest has had lots of searches on Pinterest and billions of searches, and only about 3% of them have been where it had a brand connected to it. Most of the time people are searching for, you know, not a specific, not Nike shoes, okay? Whereas maybe on Google that might be what they're doing. On Pinterest, they, you know, are searching for things like places to travel, and then, you know, suggestions come up. So this is where, for a consumer, it could be very beneficial, because, you know, we like for people to give us ideas about where would be a good place to travel to. You know, where's some place I haven't been to? And so with using the Pinterest search ads, if you're a travel company, it could be awesome, because it could suggest places that your company offers, either cruises or tours, or, you know, you book the hotels, whatever, for them in those given areas. So it could be very beneficial. Another thing is that I was reading some information from their blog, and they said, for more information, click here for the white paper on it. So that's something else that I will do, is I'm going to put the link there for you to go to that white paper to read more about these search ads. And so hopefully that's been helpful for you, because that's what I'm trying to do, is to provide you some good information that will help you to grow your business on Pinterest, and along with that, make you interested in using Pinterest, because I think it's an absolutely wonderful platform if you use it correctly, and that's the key. I want to mention again, don't forget, you can sign up for my newsletter to get Pinterest tips. And so this is Anna now, the Pinterest Marketing Pro, signing off and traveling down the Pinterest Superhighway. Hello everyone, this is Anna again, sorry about that, with her Pinterest going on down the Superhighway. There is so much excitement going on right now with Pinterest. You really should be on Pinterest. That's just all I gotta say. Let me quote you some stats, which I thought was kind of interesting before I get to talking about the other things. But think about this. There are 938 million, notice what I said, 938 million pins about getting married on Pinterest. Now, if you're a wedding planner or you're in the wedding industry, why aren't you on Pinterest? 938 million pins? Come on, your market's there, so why not you be there? There are, I love this one, there are 34 million pins about how to do laundry. Now, if your market in any way appeals to women that have to do laundry, then you should be on Pinterest. Think about that. 34 million pins about how to do laundry. I didn't know there was that many different ways. There are 915 million. Let me repeat that. 915 million pins on Pinterest about home remodeling. Let me let that sink in. So if you are in the housing industry, why aren't you on Pinterest? Because if there's 915 million pins about home remodeling, doesn't it appear that people are there searching for information about it? And wouldn't you like to be? Why do you pay all that money to go to these trade shows? Because you think people are going to be there looking for ideas for their outdoor kitchen or for their new kitchen inside. Well, you could go on Pinterest and you don't even have to pay a user fee. So, it would make sense to me to be on Pinterest, especially with all the new things that are going on. And you know that this week I've been talking about the new Pinterest search ads that they have. And I was listening to a presentation today by someone from Pinterest, and they were talking about these search ads, and they were talking about how the really great part about these search ads is that people go on Pinterest looking for ideas. So it's a discovery kind of search, which is very different from your other social medias. Now, I ask you, how many times have you gone on Facebook and typed in home decor remodeling ideas? Probably not a whole lot. You may have typed in somebody's name to snoop them out, but you didn't do that. Now, I have to say, Instagram I'm not as familiar with, but the lady that was doing the presentation, as a matter of fact, used to work for Facebook, and of course, that included Instagram, and she's now come over to the good side, to Pinterest. I had to say that. And she said, that people look for hashtags on Instagram. They don't type in, jacket to try to find a new jacket. Whereas on Pinterest they do. And the great part about Pinterest is that when, let's say somebody is thinking about going on vacation this next month or so. So they're like, I really want to go somewhere different. I want to look for some ideas. Let me go on Pinterest. So they type in travel. Well, when they type in travel, then there are suggestions up at the top. Some of the suggestions up there are like adventure, okay? Europe, the USA, Greece. So if they don't want to travel internationally, they would click on USA. And they would look at all the different types of pins and boards that were there. And so if your travel agency was on Pinterest, you could make some great suggestions for them and get a client that way. All you got to do is have a great website to send them to and convert that sale. And the other good part about it is two different people could end up at two different places, because I may not want to travel in the US. I may want to go somewhere international, travel abroad. So I might click on the Europe button. Or I may like to do things like hiking. So I click on the hiking button. And I'm going to a totally different place. But you see, we all started with that same search word. And of course, once we go to these locations, we see images, which of course that helps people to be able to visualize and see if this is really what they want to do. I mean, have you ever tried to describe to someone something that you were looking for? You know, you go into a store and you go, well, it's really hard to explain what I'm looking for, but, and so you start kind of trying to explain to them. See, it's hard to put into words, but, you know, on Pinterest, you type in a few words and they make these suggestions to help you to figure out what it is you would like to do. So that's the significance of Pinterest coming out with these search ads, because these ads will be going to people that have already expressed an interest in that specific topic. It's very direct to that specific topic. It's not someone that's just maybe, you know, typing in travel to look for a travel bag, okay? So you see the difference there. And if you would like more information about this, you can always contact me. You know, I give 30-minute consultations. And also be sure and sign up for my newsletter, because I'm constantly sending out tips about what's happening with Pinterest to help keep you up to date. I appreciate all of you being here tonight. And this is Anna again, traveling down the Pinterest Superhighway.